This video is going to give you 6 simple, actionable steps for how you can improve your landing page design without the use of coders and developers. Because it doesn't matter how good your advertising or your marketing is, if people are landing on a landing page that looks like they're not going to convert, they're not going to go on to make inquiries. So stick around, do like and subscribe to this because we are sharing loads of content about effective, simple stuff that you can implement with your digital marketing. Let's get into it. So number 1, it sounds really simple, but that is to have a single and clearly defined purpose for the landing page. If you look at this landing page that we're going to overlay now, it's complex, it's cluttered. A confused mind will never buy. So you need to make it crystal clear exactly what somebody's going to be landing on this landing page for. Take a look at this slide from MailChimp. It's got a really simple headline, it's got a really simple bit of copy, and it's got one call to action. There's one thing that you want people to do, or that MailChimp wants people to do on that landing page. So make it simple, make it concise, and make it clear. So number 2 is to write compelling page copy. And I know, again, that sounds simple, but here are some really effective tips. Number 1, you want to put a good amount of time into writing an effective headline, because if the headline is boring or it's poor, nobody's going to be encouraged to read down the page and nobody will be getting to your call to action. So with your headline, think of something compelling, something attention grabbing. If the newspaper headline is poor, nobody's going to read the article, therefore it doesn't matter how good the article is. Second part is the main body of the copy. The main body of the copy needs to be clear, it needs to be concise, and it needs to be talking about benefits and outcomes rather than the features and the technical specifications that your product might offer. And finally, you want to be talking about having a really clear call to action. So what is the one button you want them to click? What is the one thing that you want them to do? And you need to make it really clear and really, really obvious. Number 3 is to have your call to action above the fold. So what do I mean by above the fold? It's simply what people see on the desktop or on the mobile before they have to do any scrolling. You don't want your users, your potential customers, having to work hard to do the thing that you want them to do. So it needs to be there, it needs to be simple, and it needs to be obvious. So have a look at this slide overlay of Apple. They do it fantastically. And if you see on their homepage, it just talks about the iPhone 14, that's going to be their latest and best-selling product, and it's got 2 really simple calls to action. Do you want to learn more about this product, or do you want to buy it? And it's just straight in, simple, effective. So make sure that those buttons, or whatever you want the person to do, the call to action, the thing that the landing page is there for, make sure it's above the fold. Number 4 is quite simply for your social proof to be below the fold. So quite often people need some reassurance and they need to be persuaded that your product or service is the right thing for them and that the action that you want them to take is the right thing for them to do. So it's going to be really important that we have our social proof below the fold. And this could be quite simple. It could be referencing all your positive reviews. It could be saying about the different types of company that you've worked for. It could be case studies, testimonials, videos. It doesn't matter what it is and it doesn't matter how you do it, but you need some sort of social proof there to try and help persuade your prospective clients that you're the right person to go with. Number 5, and getting a little bit more complicated now, is to conduct A/B testing. So what do I mean? Let's say that you produce 1,000 landing page views a month. 1,000 people a month are going and viewing your sales page, your landing page that you've created. Now an A/B test would be to drive 50% of them one way and 50% of the other to landing pages that are trying to achieve the same thing but might look very, very different. So how do you do that? Well, there's software solutions, and the one that we would recommend is Optimizely. It is a paid-for service. There are other free versions with free trials, etc., that you might want to try, or you can do it without actually using any A/B testing software and just use Google Analytics by creating 2 landing pages designed differently and just testing and measuring. It's going to be difficult to have an exactly even traffic split, but you can drive traffic to each one and you can test what's the average time spent on site, what's the purchase conversion value, how many inquiries are each one developing, and you can get an idea of which one's working best. And you don't just want to do it twice. You can do this many, many different times and start really experimenting, but it depends on how much you're going to be pushing these marketing channels. And finally, number 6 is to communicate some form of authentic scarcity. And we do this to avoid window shoppers, people who are just coming into your website just to check it around. Now, we need to be authentic with that scarcity. And that can be time-limited offers, it could be time-limited discounts, it could be clearly communicating that we've only got X amount of spaces left available. Most courses, unless they're sort of online digital courses, have only got a certain amount of space. Most events have only got a certain amount of space. Most businesses have only got a certain amount of capacity, and when we communicate that authentically, that authentic scarcity, it encourages people to take action. And we've done this effectively with holiday cottages that we promote, with various other businesses, with events that we've run for 4-star hotels, where we're saying, look, there is only 1,000 spaces at this event, and then as the communication goes on, we reduce that number. So every time they revisit the site, they see that number reduce. It has to be authentic, because in business, your reputation is everything. And if people think you're trying to pull one over them, they'll switch off. But get that across really clearly, really concisely, that authentic scarcity or the time-limited nature of your discounts or promotions and offers. So those are 6 really simple things that you can implement today to really improve your landing page design and your conversion rates and start generating some more leads and inquiries. I can't stress how important it is to get this right. If you're going to start investing thousands of pounds in marketing campaigns, SEO, Facebook ads, Google ads, all the rest of it, you need to make sure that when people are landing, they're going somewhere good, they're going somewhere that's going to convert. So if you want to learn more, please do like and subscribe to this channel. We're going to be sharing lots more content around this. Get across to TikTok, because we've just started a channel on there too, and we'll see you next time.